Greetings, everyone, and welcome to the 253rd edition of Cinema Effect, the podcast where we review and talk about a different movie every single Monday. And this week, that movie is E.T., the Extra-Terrestrial, which opened in the US on June 11th, 1982. It was directed by Steven Spielberg, who's now got to be the biggest friend of the show at this point, surely. I feel like we've done 20
best friend
movies.
yeah.
Best friend of the show, surely. Jesus. It is a family adventure film, and the synopsis says, a troubled child summons the courage to help a friendly alien escape from Earth and return to his home planet. I mean, that's kind of a spoiler. That's kind of like what if they don't make it? There's many moments throughout this film where it's like, you think E.T., it's all over. You know what I mean? So, like, if you just read that synopsis, like, I get that that's the objective, but that kind of just explains the hour and 50 minutes, like, exactly what happens in one sentence.
So you just say on a quest to bring it back or something. You don't have to you can tell exactly what's happening without saying what happens.
Yeah, exactly. I think that synopsis failed in that regard, unfortunately. All right, now we're doing this because you, Liam, have not seen E.T. somehow.
No.
How embarrassing! So, what did you think of E.T.?
I thought it was pretty good. I think I was most engaged in the whole middle section when they're kind of mimicking each other, and it's just kind of a weird family drama thing. When the FBI, whoever it is, when the government actually becomes involved and the kind of shenanigans of the third act start to ramp up, it gets a bit. I got a bit disengaged, I guess, but I do enjoy the first kind of half of the film. I think it's pretty easy to connect to. It's very it's got an emotional core that's very just pure, and I mean, it's a children's film, I guess, and it excels in that kind of area. And the filmmaking is very it's very efficient, economical. It's they only show with the FBI guys, for example, they're all in shadows until the last third of the film, stuff like that. Yeah. So I think I enjoyed most of it. I get it. That's good. Yeah. How about you, Zach?
I really like it. This is probably the most I actually enjoy whimsical Spielberg, I guess. I usually at least appreciate it, but I don't know, sometimes it's kind of a bit long and dull for what it is for me. But this is everything you're saying about how economical this film is resonates with me, because it's just man, this film doesn't waste a second of your time. It's just, it doesn't get bogged down in anything. It's you could argue it could use more scenes potentially. I don't necessarily want that, but there are spaces to fill. I don't know, man. Yeah, it's just such an easy watch and a joyful one. And it's also, one thing I will say as well, it's not just a one-note adventure film either. I think that's kind of, I forgot how scary this film can be at times for it's a kid's family movie, but it's pretty grim sometimes, and it has some pretty horrific shots in it, in my opinion, and shots that when I hadn't thought about in a decade, but when I saw them, I'm I remember that really scaring me as a kid. Namely, every time you see E.T.'s corpse, or mainly actually the primary one is when you see E.T.'s corpse on the rocks, it's holy shit.
Oh yeah.
That's just pretty horrifying, to be honest.
Yeah, I resonate with the corpse. I think it's eerie, not I don't think it's scary at any point, but it's definitely it definitely makes you shiver a little bit. Yeah.
It's in contrast to the rest of the film prior, and then it's definitely unsettling for a younger audience for sure, and it was for me at the time. It's so funny how it was just one of those instances where you see that shot and it immediately it was like going back in time, like the photographic memory aspect
Oh,
of it was just like,
yeah.
holy shit. But like, I just hadn't, going in, I couldn't have, I wasn't thinking of it at all. Like, I couldn't have remembered it. But then as soon as I saw it, I'm like, oh yeah, there is an imprint there of this
The
shot.
stimulus. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. So yeah, no, the film does take the audience on a journey of, which you'd hope so, but like of emotions and different tones at times. It's not just like, oh yeah, look, let's go save the alien. You know what I mean? Like, it has an emotional core, absolutely, like you said, that is just so simple and just works so well that, you connect with the relationship between Elliot and ET, and then when, ET's on the rocks, like literally, but but also figuratively.
Mm.
That's, it gets you, man. It gets you. It just works. It just works. So, um, yeah, ET's ET. It's kind of funny how this film was, part of the trivia I've got is that this film was the most successful box office film of all time when it came out. It
Mm.
was the Avengers Endgame of its day, and
Yeah, my mum kept saying like how crazy people were about it when it came out, which
yeah,
is yeah.
it's just funny because, like, if you look, I mean, I took note personally of like the IMDb rating. It says only 400,000 ratings. It's like, that's not bad by any means, but it's not. You know what I mean? It's not.
Yeah. I
It's like,
think Letterboxd has like 2 million, doesn't it? Like,
oh,
I don't
does it?
know. I
Maybe
think
maybe this is
Letterboxd is
speaking
much
to
higher for some reason.
maybe it's speaking to the dying nature of IMDb more than anything. I don't know.
Yeah, perhaps.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, but I don't know. It's just funny how this is like obviously a seminal film for like our parents' generation, I guess. And then I think it was like, oh, that was it. It had the longest theatrical run ever in movie history to this day. It was like in theaters for a year
Oh,
because
damn.
people just would not stop going to see this goddamn movie about this little alien man. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Wait, when did this movie come out?
1982.
1982.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Spielberg was on an absolute roll at this time. It's like you had, obviously, you had Close Encounters. You had goddamn, why am I blanking? Raiders, into this, into Temple. I feel like I'm missing something else in there, right? I don't know. It's crazy.
Jaws was 75.
Oh, yeah, Jaws started
So
it all,
like
of
kind
course.
of around that time. But yeah, so like, I mean, is it like Star Wars? Is like the science fiction obsession that kind of just got carried on into E.T.? Like from Star Wars
Possibly.
to Close Encounters to E2.
Yeah, I reckon. I mean, Star Wars is referenced a lot in this movie, which is kind of funny, but in like a
Oh
fun
yeah,
way.
yeah. Did you notice like the light motif when they
Oh,
showed
dude,
Yoda?
Yoda's theme, just Johnny
Oh
Johnny
yeah,
Williams having a bit of fun with
that's
that one.
cheeky. Yeah.
That was very cheeky. That was very. It is very cool though. It is very cool when you just like the incestuous nature of the creative forces behind all of this stuff at the time. You know what I mean? Just like they just don't even
Mm,
care. They're just having fun. I kind of appreciate it.
yeah.
Um, yeah, I don't know. It's crazy. It's still crazy to me after having done Close Encounters semi recently that like Spielberg went from that to this. It's just such an interesting 1-2 kind of combo to me. I don't know of how they're very different, but they're obviously kind of similar. And it's just, I guess the thing that kind of strikes me the most about it is just why Spielberg felt after doing Close Encounters like he still had this. When I say that, that kind of sounds insulting, but I don't mean it that way. It's like he had this small sort of simplified family version of it, like left
Yeah.
in the tank. You know what I mean?
Like more crowd pleasing, I guess. But I mean, if you
Yeah.
take the whole thing Jaden did, where like you look at Spielberg's family history and you like see
Oh
it through
yeah.
all his films. Maybe this was like the child's version of it. This was like because the dad isn't even in the film, and he's like in Mexico. Yeah, so like this is the POV of the kid, you know, in a similar like kind of unstable family where you have these like aliens or whatever. There's like kind of crazy things happening that are like that inspire like awe or whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, the emotional core of this is like obviously way more palpable, but like there are definitely some similarities in the way this kid and the guy in Close Encounters are like kind of taken away by the creatures, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe it was like a movie that you like. It was originally like one room. It was like one film, but it was like he split it into two perspectives, you know. Or it was like maybe he just was thinking of Close Encounters when he wrote this. It just like carried over subconsciously in some ways.
Yeah. Maybe. Yeah. So the situation with this one is that it was like Spielberg had this on his mind when they were shooting Raiders, and like the screen. Oh, hang on, I want to get in it. The screenwriter of this film, what's her name, Melissa Matheson. Like he was like pitching her on it and stuff, and getting her to write it while they were doing Raiders and stuff. Was what the trivia said. So it's just like, yeah, I don't know. So he just there was something unfulfilled there, I guess. Yeah, I like the idea that it was like something left over from Close Encounters, you know, so something like this wanting to explore this more from this very, I guess, more innocent point of view. But I mean, the most interesting contrast to Close Encounters I found, at least starting right away, was just the fact that obviously Close Encounters builds and builds until like the thing that makes the ending so memorable is when you finally get to see the alien dudes. In this one, like you start with the alien dudes, you know, they're just there right away.
Yeah.
I mean, they're still shot in a way that's kind of mysterious, but yeah, you were surprised seeing them right away?
Oh, well, I was surprised seeing like ET as soon as we did, like fully. I did understand that they were kind of like they did leave some mystery at the start, and I thought that was kind of cool because like there's a lot of like shadows in the film, like the film, especially the first half, which is like plays with shadows, and that's just kind of a key part of the economical filmmaking and the cinematography, I guess. But yeah, like we get like ET pretty quickly, and then it kind of becomes like a buddy, almost like a dog movie, you know, or like a human dog pairing, human and creature pairing film, which was cool. Like I enjoyed that whole section.
Yeah, that is pretty much what it is. But yeah, no, I'm glad you brought up the shadows because it's hard for them not to strike you. How like first of all, this whole opening scene I really like in that you barely you like no one says anything. There's zero dialogue, and you don't really see anything. To be honest, like you don't see any character's face. You don't see a single human face. You don't even see ET really. It's just a lot of like running around in shadows and obscured shots, and you know, waste all like the shots of all the humans are at like ET's child eye level. So it's just like you just see them all basically their feet at all times, and it just I don't know. It's with that in mind, it's funny just how well it works. You know, because like I felt the tension. I thought it was a fun scene. I was like, you know, you're kind of leaning in, wanting to see like what do these aliens look like? You know, what's going on here? But so it grabs you, but it really shows so little. You know.
Yeah. No, like it's pure storytelling, you know, pure Spielberg.
Literally. Yeah. It's like in that way, I guess it's like it's like some sort of like filmmaking exercise. Like tell a story with no dialogue and don't show any faces. Like it worked. Yeah, it was cool. I love how their little alien hearts light up red. It's just I love
that was a cool detail. Yeah.
I don't know.
Did they show that? They showed that in the opening scene, right?
Yeah, right away.
Yeah. I think that's part of like what made it stand out a little bit, even though like everything we got was so kind of minimal. You know, there was still like that level of intrigue. Like, oh, they've got this cool little buff going on here. I wonder what that's about.
Yeah,
Or
exactly.
nerf, I guess.
I think it all lights up like when they get alerted that something's wrong. I think is that what happens?
Oh,
Because multiple of them light up at once. Is like what happens. So I assume that's what it was.
yeah, I don't know. I don't know why they do that. Because like, why does ET's heart light up later on when he like is revived?
There's a lot in the film actually to that point that like the film kind of has unanswered questions you have to sort of answer for yourself at times in terms of why X happens. But it's funny, like you don't really think too much of it. It's not like they're not like plot holes. It's just kind of like I don't know, it's a bit ambiguous at times. Like, why does ET get revived in the first place? You know what I mean? And it's like,
well,
I googled it. But,
is it because is it like the mothership is like close enough or something?
Yeah,
the way that like, because like I guess it makes sense when you say like the plants are connected to him, and like in the start you see both their hearts like glowing at the same time, so they're connected the way ET and Elliott are like connected. So I guess it makes some sense.
Yeah. No, you see, you are the perfect example of picking it up. That's right. Like the film has multiple things like that where it just like I didn't figure that out, to be honest. But like where all the clues are there for you to like piece it all together of like how everything interacts with everything else. But like the film never explains that. It never spells it out of like exactly why this just happened right now.
Yeah, I mean that's true, but like there are also like some things that are purely ambiguous, right? Like why was there an adult who like also saw the aliens when he was 10? Or is that answered? Or is that like just dad lore? I don't know, dad intrigue.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. No. But it's I don't know, like why I guess ET just has a telepathic connection to Elliott because they bond. Like, is that it?
Oh yeah. But I'm talking about like the adult who also saw ET when he was a kid, or saw like the aliens when he was a kid.
Oh, like the what's his face? The main
like what, the scientist guy or the government guy? Yeah.
The main one.
Yeah.
Do you know the subtitles revealed his name is Keys because his keys are always jangling?
Oh, yeah, I saw the keys. I was wondering what was going on with the keys. Yeah.
Yeah, the keys were basically his character for the first hour.
Yeah. I was like, why do they keep focusing on keys and like gadgets? It's like,
yeah, his name is Keys. So there you go.
Yeah, but like he saw the aliens when he was 10 as well, right? So it's like a recurring thing that's happening.
Yeah.
In this world.
Yeah, that's right. But the weird part is, so I kind of don't like doing this because, to be honest, the more I read about this film and getting into the trivia, like the more it kind of ruined parts of it for me. Well, not ruined it, but it kind of like, I don't know, the way it like over explains stuff is just kind of annoying and like takes away from the joyful wonder of it at times. But like for the purpose of this, I'll do it. It's like E.T. is 10 million years old.
Okay.
Which I didn't really need to know, to be honest. But it's like, okay, so what?
Why does he keep coming back every like when there's like a 10-year-old kid that he needs to like, connect with?
Yeah. Like, is Keys have a relationship with E.T., the same dude?
Oh, that's I don't know. Like that's why I said like I don't know if it's him or just the aliens in general.
Yeah.
Did you see like the alien on the ship who also like whose heart also glowed?
Yeah.
Like I thought of that as E.T.'s mother originally.
Absolutely. Yeah. And this is why this trivia shit ruins this shit.
But the mother could be like 50 million years old. You could be like,
So the other piece of trivia here is that E.T., like they're a group of exploring botanists. That's why they're looking for plants at the start.
Okay.
and like apparent, like it's not his mum. Like actually, this is all
Right.
according
But
to like this.
yeah.
Like the goddamn. There's actually ET books that this is established in. So,
Okay.
but so this is what I'm saying. Like this shit actually kind of ruins it because it doesn't. Isn't it so much better just like watching the film and like from the pure visuals of it, just feeling well, that's his mum, you know, and ET feels like a kid, obviously. You know what I mean? Like, maybe the idea is that like that's how we relate to it as humans with our own constructs or whatever. But like, I don't know. Like, I think that's what makes it work emotionally. So then to have it explain, like, oh yeah, no, actually, he's like this middle-aged scientist. It's like, all right, not into it.
Yeah, but I guess like people have those extra things because of like the mystery this movie creates. It's like Star Wars, I guess, did the same thing.
Oh no, but you just want to keep the mystery sometimes, you know. That's all I'm saying. There was an ET sequel novel.
Really?
And you go back to ET's homeworld and shit, and it's like goes into this is me just like having read comments about it. It goes into like the whole like aspect of ET's occupation as a botanist and like what he does on his home planet and shit. And there's like no humans in it, and it's like,
oh yeah. How long did you spend going down the ET rabbit hole here?
Oh, like 20 minutes. No, nothing crazy. But it didn't take long to come across some weird shit, I'll tell you. It didn't take long. This book has 300 ratings on Goodreads, but it's the thing. Like, no one read this book, but I mean, maybe
it's maybe ratings
back
is decent on Goodreads. I
Is
mean,
it?
that doesn't scream official, but like it is screen. It says it's a thing, you know.
Sure. Yeah.
Like people know about this. You know?
It is a thing, yes, but not many people would.
I mean, I don't think many people are seeking out ET sequels, prequels, related content.
Nor should they. It's just weird. I reckon.
But I get the appeal as like the way you're talking about it now, like being curious about people who are curious about it, and then you inadvertently kind of end up being curious about it, you know?
Oh yeah, and like don't get me wrong,
weird.
the book was only 250 pages long, and it's like, oh shit, should I read that? It's like I won't actually. Well, the other thing with it, so ET, not shockingly, actually has a name. But
no,
like,
don't tell me the name. Don't tell me the name.
Yeah, good. I was actually going to say if I tell you, like, if I say the name, this might actually ruin multiple people's experience watching ET.
No, I want to be left blind on that one. If I go down the ET rabbit hole, then I'll learn myself on my own terms.
Yeah. I'll no, that's totally respectable. If I will, you know, if you want to know ET's name, you can just Google it. And I will just say that whatever you're imagining it is in terms of like a glup shitto sci-fi slop name, it is. It really is. Unfortunately, but yeah. Anyways, I'll just keep him as ET. That's much nicer. Anyways, you sort of speak. Yeah, the ET rabbit hole is a real thing. Considering we just went down it there for a minute. Getting back to the actual, you mentioned the family stuff. That's kind of what the whole first half of the film is really built around before, you know, it starts paying off in like the dramatic sense.
Yeah. Well, like obviously I've known about like the that image of like the kids, like the shadow of the kids on the bikes or whatever. Sure. So like when it showed that group of kids at the start, I thought, and I've always kind of thought, oh, this is a movie with a bunch of kids, like the Goonies or the Sandlot or like whatever. I thought it was just like a bunch of like a boys group, and then Drew Barrymore would just like be there. But it was like just the family, which was part of like what I guess made it like as bare bones as it is, because they just kind of had a few people in one house to just interact with each other. It wasn't like as complicated, or as expansive as it could have been with like a friend group thing. I mean, they were there, but they just like, they were in a few scenes. They weren't really super important.
No, not at all.
Mm.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I kind of assumed the same. Like, I couldn't remember, to be honest, and I kind of assumed the same thing. Where it's like you get these kids at the start, they're playing D&D. It's like, oh, here we go. This is like another Stranger Things thing. Well, a thing inspired by Stranger Things or whatever.
There was actually
the
a kid who looked. There was a kid who looked a lot like Dustin or whatever.
Yeah. They all play D&D and shit. It's like, we get it. But yeah, no, and then I was surprised when it ended up just being about. I just think it worked a lot better. I just liked it. I don't need another goddamn, friend group or whatever. Maybe I feel like I've got a bit of a bias against that stuff because I just don't really care for the Goonies and things like that. But so I just liked. I liked just focusing on the siblings dynamic. I thought that just worked a lot nicer, and it was. I don't know. It felt more Spielberg, I guess. It's funny. Like Spielberg doesn't really do friends, does he? I feel like in his films.
Yeah, it's usually like families. It's like even Jurassic Park is like families, and Jaws is family. Yeah, everything's kind of based off of that.
Yeah. He likes focusing on the core family unit, I guess, and unshockingly at this point, we've truly learnt it since the Fablemans. But yeah, we got another broken home situation in this one. The goddamn father's left. As if I totally obviously didn't remember that at all. It's like, oh yeah, there's the Spielberg trademark. If you got your bingo card out, you know what I mean? Tick that off. There it is right there.
Yeah.
So that was cool. I like that. I don't know. I think I just liked the kids. I just liked what's his face who plays Elliott? God, sorry.
I don't know. I think I've seen him as an adult. He's been in some good stuff as an adult.
Henry Thomas is his name. I didn't really. You've seen him as an adult? That's surprising.
Oh yeah, I think so.
Oh yeah, he's in Legends of the Fall and Gangs of New York and.
Yeah, he's in a few things.
Yeah, no, he's acting. Yeah. He's out here still acting for sure.
Midnight Mass.
He's in Midnight Mass. Wow.
Well, what he did in that, but yeah.
The Haunting of Bly Manor as well. Yeah, okay, interesting. Yeah, no, I really liked him. I thought he was fun. He was he was perfect casting. He was exactly what you need for like I guess he's like, how old do you reckon he is? Like 12, 11? I don't know.
Yeah, well, I just assumed because like the adult said 10 that it was like around that. Could be older, 11,
something like that. Yeah, it was just I don't know. He was just perfect casting where he was smart, resourceful, and just cute and charming and just like easy just to find adorable and root for, So, but not in like a generic way. Like he was just genuinely. I don't know. I just thought he really did a good job. It just came through really nicely. He's got some funny lines too. Like this is such a random one, but like when he was having banter or like getting mad at the kid at the bus stop, and he started calling him Zero Charisma. It's just such a funny like specific thing to call someone. Yeah, the subtitles Zero Charisma.
It's such like a modern. I mean, that's like a 2000s or something. It's like I don't know what that is.
It's like it's like the 80s version of No Riz or whatever. It's like it's crazy.
Oh yeah,
I don't know.
literally.
Yeah, it's funny. Yeah, I know. It was like when he's. I don't know. I just thought that was like I don't know. It was just clever. It was just funny. It was just like it made him very likable to me. Which is like that's a funny thing to call someone. Like I should start calling people Zero Charisma.
Oh no, I remember that now. Oh yeah, that was good. he delivers it pretty naturally. Yeah. Yeah. He was pretty like resourceful, as you said, and just kind of he had a good presence. Yeah, he wasn't generic. He wasn't.
No.
Yeah.
It's like I think the thing is that like it's like on paper it's kind of a generic role, I guess, in the screenplay of like kid protagonist has friend who's alien or whatever. But it's like he made it not generic though,
Mm.
or not feel generic anyway.
Yeah. I think he's
So it's
just like
promising.
he's an active protagonist. You know, I think that's what makes him interesting
Mm,
enough. He definitely
mm.
leads the story and is like independent, I guess.
Yeah, definitely. He fakes being sick to his
Mm.
mum, to get to hang out with ET, which was very smart. It's like, do parent is that a real thing parents do or did of like actually check their kids' temperature and to determine if they should go to school or not?
Yeah, I think. Yeah, I mean, that's happened to me before. I think
Oh, really?
once. Yeah,
Wow.
I think it's definitely an older thing that I like. But
I was going to say I've never experienced that.
I mean, do people still do that? Don't they with like the plasticky kind of thermometers? You know,
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, I have. Yeah, yeah.
maybe
I
that
mean, it
you
makes
just
sense.
like
Like, why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you check your kid's temperature? I guess, but
mm, maybe they just trust you too much. You know, you've never fake being sick, so
I never have. Yeah, that's true. Um, you know, subtle brag, but yeah.
is it a brag? Yeah.
Uh,
I guess you're an honest kid. I don't know.
yeah, maybe it's not. Maybe it's sad. I don't know. Yeah, I guess that's in the eye of the beholder. That's true, actually. Yeah,
Mm.
I don't know. I think you were you when you mentioned like the middle section of the film. Were you specifically referring to like the scene where like ET and Elliot are like connected telepathically when ET's getting drunk and stuff, and he's at school?
Yeah, that like and everything kind of around that, I guess. Um, I thought that was no, there was a bit that was kind of weird to be honest, but like it felt a bit off. Um, in what moment was it? It was around. It was around the time the frogs came out that something like weird happened with like the editing or something. But like that scene and like yeah, when they're just like around the house and like learning about ET and like teaching him stuff and ET's teaching
Oh yeah,
them
yeah.
the shit he can do. Yeah.
The shit he can do. Yeah, exactly. Um, yeah, I guess. Oh, I specifically just on that specific moment where like the whole frogs thing was like the only part of the movie I thought was kind of weird. Um,
Hmm.
it sounded like you might have been talking about something more specific in it, but like just as a whole, I will say that like I don't know, it's kind of weird. Like I get it. It just kind
Oh
of it's the only part of the film that sort of stuck out as like feeling a little bit out of place to me.
yeah. Actually, I thought the wasn't edit. No. The kid was acting a bit goofy. Like it was a bit goofy. Like in the classroom. Um, when he like smiled back at the girl and stuff.
Oh,
He
because
had
he was
like
getting
the
drunk.
drunken face and.
Yeah, yeah.
But I think I don't know. The editing was kind of weird in that scene. I don't know what about it, but it was also like a little bit just off for me.
Oh, the choice. I agree with you in terms of the choices to cut back and forth between like the two perspectives was kind of off. Like between like when you go from ET to Elliot at school and then back and forth, it was
Mm,
kind of. And then
yeah, it
ET's just
wasn't
sitting
done
there like watching
perfectly.
a
Yeah.
movie or whatever. It's just kind of weird.
Mm. I mean, I did kind of enjoy it in concept, but um, yeah, I don't know. It didn't work perfectly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree. I agree. And then Elliot like gave this random girl an unsolicited kiss. And it's like, all right, all
Mm.
right, Elliot, you go for it, I guess. Um, yeah, but no, everything around this stuff. No, actually, I do largely agree with you. Like, I like the way that the siblings meet ET, and it's like obviously Drew Barrymore screams for a minute, but like I don't know, it was fun and didn't go on too long and didn't get bogged down in like a lot of other. I feel like a lot of other scripts would get bogged down in like the characters having to come to terms with like this is real in front of you know what I mean. Like they would just spend way too much time like
Mm.
having to accept it or something. And these kids like they have a reaction to it that's makes sense. It's not like they're just taking it on board right away, but then they get moving pretty quick. And like I guess that's the case of the whole film. The whole film moves pretty quick, but I don't know. I just like the rate at which they accept that ET's here and ET's our friend. And we're going to help him while still reacting somewhat realistically. I just thought it struck a good balance and didn't get too annoying in that regard. I guess.
Yeah.
And it just them hanging out with ET, it's just cute, you know. I love the scene where Elliot like shows ET all his toys and like starts doing the thing where like you know if you have a friend and you show them all your shit in your room or whatever, and it's just like you won't shut
Mm.
up.
Oh yeah, yeah.
It's
I
like
mean,
you're
I
way
think
too
those are like
excited.
the best scenes. Just them getting acquainted. It's just nice, you know.
Yeah,
It's just good. It's just very pure to watch. Yeah,
it's joyful.
pure
Yeah, it really
entertainment.
is.
Mm.
Absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, it's hard not to have a smile on your face watching Elliot make friends with ET. I would challenge anyone.
Mm.
Who are you if you don't smile during these scenes? You know what I mean? And then ET starts eating the figurine. It's just cute. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it works. Yeah. It's cute.
It works. It just works. It really does. ET's also just funny. Like he's just got funny reactions. I like his all the little noises he makes all the time. I don't know.
Mm. Yeah,
I
yeah.
love the choice for him to purr. I love that he purrs.
Does he purr? I guess he purrs.
Yeah. Yeah, he purrs all right. I mean, so the subtitles call it
Yeah.
purring, but like
No.
he
Yeah.
definitely is
True.
like in these moments when he's straight up purring a lot. It's just kind of I don't know. It's just I just thought it was endearing. I thought it was cute, and it also very much enforces your idea, your very accurate notion that it's like boy and his pet on an adventure.
Yeah. I mean, just going back to the siblings, like it is kind of yeah, they deal with like the revelation very efficiently, but also like it's good that after that they're all just like on the same side as well. There's no like
Yeah, yeah,
inner conflict or anything, um, which would be kind of cringe to the
absolutely.
edge.
Yeah, I agree 100%. That's the thing that makes this movie just feel so light and just moves so well is just that like any time like something pops up that like another movie would go down an avenue of like getting bogged down in or like getting yeah like exactly like creating unnecessary conflict in a
Hmm.
certain scenario, the film just doesn't do it. It just chooses not to. It just takes the high road, you
Yeah,
know what I mean? And
he
like, but in a
avoids
way
all
that's
the.
really appreciated. It's just like, thank God, just keep this shit entertaining and moving. Absolutely.
Hmm. True. True.
Um, Even like when the mum like finds ET, like obviously she totally freaks out when he's like a white corpse on the floor, and as she should. But like that's basically it. Yeah, that one moment. But then like she like then the government comes right away, and then you move on. You know what I mean? It's not like don't have to have this whole thing where like the mum has to come to terms with the fact of like, does she want to help the alien? Does she want to turn the alien in or whatever?
Yeah,
That would
or
be
like a scene
cringe.
where like they try to hide it from like the neighbor or
Oh
something.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Actually, that's actually shocking. That's like if you had asked me beforehand, is there a scene in ET where they have to try and hide ET from people? I'd be like, oh, surely, right?
I
But there
mean,
wasn't.
the ghost, costume is the only kind of semi example of that.
Oh,
But yeah,
but yeah, but not
but
even in
from
the
the
way that
mum,
we mean. Yeah,
yeah, where there's like tension
yeah,
and yeah,
yeah, yeah.
true.
There are a couple of course, like classic shots in this film of like, I love the shot of ET. Oh, like, is this? I don't know. Do you know this shot? Like before you watched it, I mean, of when like the mum checks in the wardrobe and then the camera
Oh,
pans and like ET's face is one of the toys. Like he's
I
disguised
thought that was
in
very clever.
aliens.
Like I laughed at that, but actually, like you saying that now, I think I have seen it in something,
Mm,
like maybe like a YouTube video essay or something like that. Yeah,
sure. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. Like obviously the most iconic thing in the movie is like the moon shot of like them riding the
right,
bikes
yeah,
over them.
pressure shot,
But like
yeah.
that's probably a second, honestly. Like that I feel like that is pretty I feel like people would say that's iconic, like the ET and with the stuffed animals look.
Yeah, it was very like believable with him. Like he fit in it. He fitted. He fit in there really well. Yeah.
He really did. Yeah, he really, really did, yeah. Um I guess was there I don't know, was there anything else that really like surprised you? Like with your expectations or your preconceived ideas of what ET is? Was there anything else that was challenged as you walked away from this?
Challenged. Not really. I mean, the other parts of it were just kind of like more in line with what I expected, like the music and stuff, like the kind of whimsical score was very
Oh yeah,
nice.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
The
I don't
score
think
was
so.
really good.
That might be
The score was
something.
really, really good.
Yeah, yeah. I
Obviously.
don't think so. Oh yeah, actually, there was something. I thought. Well, I was just thinking of Spielberg kind of has a reputation for like more sentimental kind of films. Like sentiment is kind of a big part of his like pathos or whatever. And this being like a children's film, I thought it would have like a ton of that. It would be like like it would be like a candy store of that. It would just be like too much. But I think the way they the way the scenes are just kind of purely entertaining in themselves and are like joyful in a very base way and like non overly emotional way is like really good, you know. Because like I mean, obviously like the ending, like most endings have like an element of like sentiment to them, but like throughout the film, it's rather just like okay, well we're like we're on this mission now. We're like teaching ET what to do here. We're like trying to get him back to the spaceship. It's not like overly bogged down in emotion like I thought it might be, being a children's Spielberg film,
Yeah. Yeah.
So I was surprised by that.
But in a good way, it sounds like.
Yeah, yeah. Because I think like the emotion of the film is just kind of like inherent. You don't need to like put an extra layering of like icing on top of the cake,
No, absolutely. It's just great, simple visual storytelling, really. Yeah. So that whole ending, the whole ending goodbye scene, it's like you're absolutely right. That's like the perfect example of it. It's like it's the ending, it's the payoff, all those things it technically is, but it's just like it doesn't feel like it's it doesn't feel deep at all, but in a good way. It just feels like it's just very you just get it. It's just so simple. There's no you don't even really need to have honestly watched the rest of the movie to understand it. It's just like it's not like relying on knowledge of like a history of stuff. You know what I mean? It's just like it's all just there on the screen and in the music. It's just there.
Yeah. I mean, maybe that's what Spielberg set out to do. Just like make his most pure, efficient film where everything could just kind of be inherently understood in each
Everything
scene.
speaks for itself. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It is, yeah, that's what it feels like, for sure. The whole goodbye scene, like the emotional power of the score in that is unbelievable. Like it totally elevates the scene like 3 times. It's crazy. And it basically required for the scene to work. And it really, really works, mainly because of that score. And then the movie just ends, That's
true.
that's
No ET2.
no ET2. No ET2. There was a bit of trivia about how like over the years they were talking about ideas for a sequel and this and that or whatever. And then Spielberg finally, I think like 15 years later, was just like, yeah, let's just shake hands and agree whenever. Let's just close this. Let's just never do it. It's like, thank you. I guess everything I'm saying about the ending and how it works so well emotionally on the surface, it's like the same can be said for like the down moments in the film too. Like the whole ET is dead for a not insignificant amount of time for a kids movie. You know what I mean? It's not like
Yeah,
it
I
is
didn't
obviously a
expect,
fake out, but like he's really dead for 5 minutes. I want to say something like that, where it's like it's not so brief as to just be like, and he's also dying for an extended period of time prior to that as well. That's pretty scary. It's not just like, oh, something happened to ET. Oh no, ET fine and saves everyone. Like it kind of really sits in it for a minute, and then combined with like the eerie imagery, as you put it, with like he just looks really. It's just sad seeing him in such a decrepit sort of state as he's dying.
Oh yeah. The
And
white,
then like
like crust he kind of has is very eerie for sure. Very
absolutely, yeah. And then
promising.
like the way, obviously, like all the doctors are like working on him for like 5 minutes, like doing CPR and shit. It's like it's pretty. I don't know. Like for a kids movie, it's pretty traumatizing. They really sit in that for a minute, which I respect. I appreciate that as well. And it's another example where It's kind of, I guess it's like the reverse of what I've been saying, where it's like you watch any of those scenes completely by themselves and it's just like on the screen, you just get it. You're just wrapped up in it. It's not like you don't need to have seen E.T. earlier to like connect with the moment. It's like there's this little alien man who looks terrible and he's dying. Oh my God,
Yeah. Yeah, I guess that surprised me, like the whole death and like the whole doctor thing. I guess like, oh yeah, no, it's like there's definitely like the film could have definitely been like a lot lighter. I guess like, I mean, going back to our kind of like imagining scenes thing, like if they were with like the friends or whatever, there could have been like a, like a discrimination scene or something. Like one of the friends doesn't like how the alien looks, and they like teach a message.
right.
But it's like they have things that actually happen in the film that are like inherently kind of like visual, and you can understand them, and that they're very the assumptions are very like laid bare, I guess. Even in
absolutely. I'm
emotional scenes.
Very glad that what you just said of Spielberg trying to teach us a lesson about not judging people by their it's not about what's on the outside. It's like, oh my God, imagine if he did something like that. Yeah, that's actually, basically most other people would probably do that with their source material, to be honest. But yeah. It also just talking about that sequence in the film just reminded me that I thought it was just funny when E.T. like how he won't shut up. It's pretty funny. Like when he's just like, when he's been revived and he just won't stop saying phone, 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 phone. It's pretty funny. I kind of went through some of my trivia already. Well, I said how E.T. was the highest.
Did you get the Drew Barrymore trivia?
Not about. Well, you what is it? I think it was something to do with her crying or something. Is that the
one? Yeah. Luke told me like they made her cry or something by like telling her like one of her pets died or some shit.
Oh, I didn't see that.
That was accurate, but
oh my God,
they made her cry. They manipulated her a bit to like make her cry.
Oh, that's
apparently. Yeah.
Spielberg. I guess his charm with child actors is manipulating them. That's what he does best. It was the same with the kid in Close Encounters, where it was just like that kid had great facial expressions because they were just manipulating the shit out of him behind the camera. They were just like poking pets at him and stuff.
Damn.
I know. That's maybe his greatest skill as a filmmaker is how he's able to manipulate children.
Yeah.
So the highest, I said it was the highest grossing film of all time at the time it was released. That's true. The only added part I had to that was that the film that took that crown from it was Spielberg's own Jurassic Park. He beat himself 10 years later.
Gotcha.
So well done. And then Jim Cameron comes in and like steals it again. It's funny. So Spielberg said it and topped himself. Then Cameron said it and topped himself. And then I think Endgame is still... I think Endgame... Because there was a minute where Avatar beat Endgame again, I think, and then Endgame beat it again or something like that. I can't remember. Because they were like re-releases.
Right.
Yeah. I think it was something like that. So I think Endgame's still number one. I'm pretty sure. But yeah. Most of the full-body puppetry for E.T. was performed by a 2-foot-tall stuntman. But the scenes in the kitchen were done using a 12-year-old boy who was born without legs, but was an expert on walking on his hands. That's another one of those trivias that kind of ruins it.
A little bit, yeah.
The magic of E.T.
There's two E.T.s.
There's multiple E.T.s. Yeah, I'm sorry about that. Actually, along this train of thought, should I read this next one?
What's it about?
It's about his voice. Do you want me to?
Oh no, that's yeah. I need to keep his name in his voice. That's what I'm getting.
Okay, all right. Yeah. It's not. Look, it's not too bad, but it's also not super flattering, to be honest. So maybe I'll just leave it. It definitely takes
Okay.
away the cute factor of his voice for sure, and understanding what it was.
Are you gonna tell me it's like a smoker's like a hardcore smoker's like voice or some shit?
It was.
Oh, damn. Oh, man.
An elderly woman
Oh yeah.
who smoked 2 packs of cigarettes a day.
That's exactly what I was like thinking, envisioning.
Yeah.
Damn.
Like, as you were watching it, you thought that?
Oh no, as you said, I wasn't thinking that
Oh,
when I was watching
yeah,
it.
no. I hope no one's thinking they're watching the movie because that would be really distracting.
All the child actors are pretty good. Drew Barrymore was like, she was good. She was cute. Was this her first role?
She was the only name in the credits I recognised. I mean, you obviously that Henry Thomas guy. It's cool to know he's still acting. So I just didn't know him. But
Yeah. I didn't recognize the mother. But she was good.
no, yeah, she was good. Yeah, but I didn't recognise her either.
Hmm.
She has Drew Barrymore has a couple of other credited roles. Three more, which is kind of. Oh well, hang on. 1978. Oh, she like a Jesus Christ, she must have been like a baby, literally. Man, when was she born? Oh my god, that's crazy.
175. Yeah.
So she was 3, and she's got a role. Holy shit. Yeah. No, so she basically has been on the screen her whole life. That's crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, does she act anymore though?
I don't know. It doesn't really. No, not really. It doesn't seem like it.
Because I know she's got like a talk show or something. So I think that's like she just does that mostly.
But like, was she a case of like child actor gone right, or was it like a thing with her?
Was there a down time for Drew Barrymore?
Yeah, because like the traditional like bad stories of like child act, like, but like I can't remember with Drew Barrymore if it was like if that's what if she was like part of one of those stories or if she was like the success story or whatever. The counter story.
Holy shit! Do you want me to read this? I can't laugh about this stuff. This is terrible. Oh my god! No, I can't say this. Yeah, no, that was a dark time. Let's just say that.
Okay.
That was a dark time, for sure. Yeah, and it sadly doesn't look like it was that far away from this film.
Oh gee, okay. I think we should stop ban the trivia for this episode.
Ban the trivia. The trivia is usually fun, but maybe for these family movies, yeah, maybe it just ruins it for these family movies. God damn.
But I don't think the other kid has been in much, but he was good.
Oh, the older brother?
He was a good, brother character. Yeah,
no, he's definitely done the least, for sure. He's got some other credits, but not a ton, and he hasn't been in anything since 2018. Sorry, 2015. Did you take any note of, obviously the shot where, like, the group of kids are, like, riding their bikes towards the cop cars and then they start floating, obviously, like, towards the end. Were the cops holding guns? Like, what did you watch this on?
Foxtel.
Oh, I did too. Yeah. So they were holding guns.
Yeah, they were holding guns, yeah.
Yeah. There was a whole thing in this movie, I don't know if you know about it, but like where the 20-year, like Spielberg was doing a George Lucas at the time where like in the 20-year anniversary re-release, like the guns were digitally changed to walkie-talkies.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It's funny that they didn't point the guns at the kids and they didn't try to stop the bikes. They just kind of held the guns in the air like that. I think that was
they were doing nothing.
That was like a PG way to have the guns in the movie.
Absolutely. And then I think that's probably why they apparently he thought it was still too much because he digitally changed it. But then the way the cop cars were the kids were just going to ride through there anyway. Yeah, I know. They didn't. It was just a space. They didn't stop. They didn't put their bodies there. They didn't move the cars closer together. No. They literally let them through before they were going to fly. The flying was unnecessary. It really was. Look, E.T., I appreciate you letting us fly because that's sick, but at the same time, you really didn't need to because we could have just kept running through here. There was nothing stopping us. Yeah. I mean, and the kids,
the kids like pedaling the whole time is like a funny gag. I guess that's less of an issue. I guess that's
Sure.
just like a funny thing they decided to put in.
Yeah, I wonder about that. I feel like no, that's actually. I mean, I noticed it, but like as a choice. Like if I were making this film, I feel like my instinct would be don't have them pedal. So I guess it is meant to be sort of a slightly visually comedic thing, or like
Yeah,
or like some
yeah.
sort of contrast of like, oh look, they're still pedaling, but they don't need to, kind of thing.
Mm. Yeah, I mean, I was definitely like conscious of like a longer than I should have been. You know, it was like it was an extended gag.
Yeah.
But I reckon Spielberg definitely wanted to. Thought that was like funny. I thought the
Yeah,
kids might find it
probably.
funny.
Yeah.
Mm.
Excellent. All right, let's get to our final verdicts for E.T. Fitzy.
I'll slap a 7 on it. I think definitely like. I mean, I think it's a pretty perfect film. Like, I think if I connected more with the last like third, when the kind of government people come in and just the ending, I would definitely love the film as others have in the past. And yeah, it's just a very pure storytelling, pure Spielberg film. So yeah, 7
Only a 7 to this masterpiece.
Oh.
How dare you?
But see, I'm harsh. My 7's like an 8, you know. So it's actually
Yeah,
high praise.
Yeah, it is actually. Yeah.
Mm.
I'll give it an 8. I'll give it an 8. Like I could go like I'm honestly I am between a 7 and an 8. I'm in that territory, but I think it's strong enough and entertaining enough. And I don't know. I just appreciate this movie. I really do. Everything we talked about. There's just I don't know. I feel like in its simplicity, there's a true mastery of the craft on display here in the most like efficient sense as we've talked about. So yeah, no, I'll give it an 8. I think it deserves it. I feel like I've been saying this a lot lately, and now I'm becoming conscious of it. But you can't go wrong with ET. I feel like you can't go wrong with Blank is like my new thing, but it's true. You can't go wrong
You
with
can't
ET.
go
You know,
wrong
it's
with
great.
Tom Cruise. You can't go wrong with Spielberg. Yeah.
You can't go wrong. Well, you can go wrong with Spielberg and Tom Cruise together, though. At times.
Minority
let's get
Report
into
is
news
great.
chat.
Somehow I was thinking Minority Report in the last minute. Like before I said that. I don't know why.
There you go. The telepathic
Maybe
connection
because it's
between
also
you and I.
pure storytelling.
Maybe. I don't know. I was obviously talking about War of the Worlds, just to be clear. Like,
I know, yeah. True.
Just just to be clear, which one?
But War of the Worlds is great too. Like, you guys have to get around to War of the Worlds. Like, I give it a few years. I mean, Jaden probably won't because he's stubborn, but
Jaden is stubborn.
I'll get you on the other side for sure.
I don't know about that, man. Look, maybe.
Wait, it's an allegory. Yeah, it's a 9/11 allegory.
Okay, all right. Let's get into news chat. We've got huge news that we totally jinxed last week, talking all about Bond and stuff. Not specifically the news we were betting on. We don't have that yet, but I suspect that's probably not far away now, to be honest. The fact that like the gears are turning here behind the scenes. So I feel like things are in motion. Yeah. The fact is, of course, that Denis Villeneuve is confirmed to be directing the next Bond film for Amazon.
Yeah.
What was your raw reaction to this? Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think I really had a reaction. I don't know. But I think that this definitely like favors you. This definitely favors him being younger, I think.
Hell yeah.
I don't know. So maybe my reaction was slightly negative because of that. But I mean, I think it's exciting. Someone did say like at this point, Denis Villeneuve is doing like so many franchise films that he's just gonna like, he might like get bogged down in it, which is, I guess it's a possibility. But like, yeah, I am happy that they're doing the kind of Sam Mendes thing where they bring on these like established like auteur like directors to like make their Bond films.
Yeah.
So yeah, should be good.
Yeah, I was thinking about, because obviously, like, Denis is going to have say 100% in who they go with. So, like, yeah, that does sort of change the conversation a little bit. And yeah, I tend to agree. I feel like it favors me too. I feel like it does. Hey, we might still, if they might creep over to being 34, who knows? We'll see. Whoever it is.
I mean, I'll take a draw if they're 33. I'm good. I'm good with the draw.
Wow, I've already got him on the back foot. Look at that. Yeah, no, I think this is awesome. I'm pumped. I'm pumped about it. I think, oh, dude, I saw this and I'm like, this is so good. This is like borderline dream stuff. This is awesome. I love it. It's like, he's going to do an absolutely killer job. It's like, this gives me all the confidence in the world. You know what I mean? It's like, I feel like you go with, I mean, I suspected they were going to go with a filmmaker I would have heard of at least, right? But regardless of who it was, you're sort of going to go in a little bit skeptical. It's like, oh, Amazon's taken over, a new unproven lead in the role, all these different factors. And I was still, like I said, I was expecting an established filmmaker, but even still, it's like, is it all going to come together kind of thing? So that was kind of, that was sort of what I was thinking. Like, however much we see of it, I was probably going to go into the film feeling that way. But now that it's Denis, it's like, dude, you just know. It's a lock. It's a banger. It's a certified banger. You know it is. It's like, it gives me immense confidence in it, which is great. I don't know. I think it's the best news ever. And imagine being Denis, being in this. I mean, I don't get me wrong. Like, I understand. Like, I love Denis' original films, obviously. And so, like, I understand, like, the whole franchise perspective of it. But I mean, you gotta look at it from his point of view and just be like, he's living the dream right now. You know what I mean? Like, he can do anything. There's not a studio, there's not a IP custodian who wouldn't want to work with Denis Villeneuve right now. And it's just like, he has the pick of the litter. He can do whatever he wants, 100%. Like, you're telling me that, like, you're telling me he doesn't have people pounding on his door to make films for them? And he went with this. It's like, I don't know. I don't know. It's like, imagine being him right now. He can do whatever he wants. It's pretty cool to have, like, basically every franchise, every IP, every character open to you. So, he's earned it. And it's like, from all of his options that he no doubt has in front of him, it's like, he wants to do this. That's pretty cool. You know what I mean? Because, like, for a fact, this isn't like this isn't a situation where it's like, this project is offered to a filmmaker and it's like a no-brainer. They obviously have to take it because it's like the biggest thing ever for their career, right? It's like, then he can do anything, He's like one tier below. Like, I don't think he's not quite on, like, the level of, like, them chasing Nolan. He's not quite there yet, but he's like only one tier below that, I would argue. And I don't know. I just think it's pretty cool being Denis right now, and knowing that he chose this and he has the passion for it. It's like, hell yeah, bring it on.
Yeah, no, it is very exciting. Yeah.
It's like, he got to make a sequel to Blade Runner. He got to
make adapt Dune. It was his dream. It was his dream.
His dream childhood adaptation, and now he gets to usher in the next cinematic chapter of one of the most iconic characters in film history. It's like, come on. He's absolutely just on a roll right now. It's crazy.
Yeah, and he made Enemy, which is just one of his best films.
And he made Enemy. Yeah. Oh, he's made some absolutely awesome films, obviously. But anyway, yeah, I thought this news was fantastic. I'm very excited about it. And the thing is, like, Denis going to be around for a long time. You know what I mean? Denis going to have plenty of time to be making all these weird films, all these original films, and I'm going to be here for all of them. He's going to make many enemies to come, in my opinion. So don't worry about that. But he'll probably have way bigger budgets for them. Don't get me wrong. But I don't know. Let the man in this historic moment. This is a window of time where you get to be involved in creating a new iteration of a huge character. It's like, You don't get this chance. Like, sure, he can like come on in 5 years when the franchise is already established or whatever. Like, sure, I guess, but like, I don't know. It's not the same. It's not the same. I'm sure. I'm sure a huge part of it is being able to create this version. You know.
Yeah. I guess so. Yeah. No, I trust. Yeah, I mean, yeah. But what if it goes wrong? You know, then we like miss a unique Denis film, and we just get. But you're right. I think he has enough. He has enough creative control.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, to like make it unique enough.
Yeah. I don't see unless it's the whole thing of last week where Jeff comes in, takes the reins.
Last minute, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
No,
That could
Henry
be the
Cavill.
worst. Henry, yeah, exactly. Reshoots. No, I really don't think so. I think Denis is going to have all the control on this one. I don't think you go with him and not have you totally put your faith in him. You know.
But do you think it would be like because Denis films usually have like, I don't know, they have an element of like philosophy or like ideas to them most of the time. Yeah. And I think like even like Sam Mendes, like, I don't really think Skyfall or did he just do Skyfall? Was the other one too, right?
He did Spectre. As well, yeah.
Like I don't think those films really achieved like I don't know the kind of level of theme that like say like American Beauty did or like 1917. Yeah. That those did. But like, do you think Denis will like add his like, you know, like anti-revenge thing or like some?
Oh,
do you think it'll like
cycle of violence in Bond?
Yeah. Through like the lens of Spectre or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, do you think there'll also be like a thematic element? Because like I think like if you look at like most Denis films, they have that. They kind of achieve a certain, I don't know, thematic height, I guess.
Yeah. It's funny because like, it's a good question. I think, like, obviously the Bond films, like the Skyfall and Casino Royale definitely have themes and definitely, you know, have interesting ideas. But I hear you though. Like, it's not quite. It's almost like those are like, I don't know, the interesting themes through the lens of exploring Bond as a character, as opposed to like having sort of a larger something to say. I guess I feel like those aren't quite the right words, but yeah, I hear you. It's not. I don't disagree that Skyfall it doesn't equate to like another Sam Mendes film, or it doesn't equate to like Sicario or something thematically. I agree. So I guess the question becomes: I'm really not sure because I definitely see Denis doing something thematically interesting with Bond, definitely. But in terms of like the way his take on the character and like where the character's at and whatever the character's arc is in the film, I think there's absolutely going to be that. But whether then he can take that to that height you're talking about of his other works, I'm not quite sure. Of like the whole piece feeling like something. Yeah, I don't really know.
And the other thing is like, are they still like pulling from the? Oh god, like the Fleming books, and are they gonna like adapt it for like, you know, like AI shit, like the modern age, like kind of like how Mission Impossible did? Or are they just gonna like keep Bond in the 60s? You know, I mean,
wow! Imagine if it's set in the 60s. Holy shit!
Oh no, I wasn't thinking that, but that'd be funny. They had like That'd gadgets cool. Like Thunderball, Thunder.
Yeah. What's it called? Yeah, I think so. Thunder
something.
I think that's it. Yeah. The modern Craig films, especially Skyfall, actually did that quite well, where they never get too bogged down in tech and shit, or like, you know, any of that kind of stuff. But they're obviously modern films, but
right. But I'm just saying, like, can he continue to do that, like in 2020, you know, or whenever this comes out? It's kind of like it's getting to a point where, like, you know, having everything be like sleek and analog is like it's like a choice now.
Right. Yeah. I don't know. I don't. I'm not into that. Is that why you're asking? Like that doesn't sound appealing to you either.
Uh, I don't know. Like I was just wondering. Like, well, I was thinking, are they just gonna like add technological elements into like the Fleming stories? Like, are they gonna add like AI stuff, like kind of how Mission Impossible did? You know, they're gonna take that direction, and then Villeneuve can be like topical in that way or something. I don't know.
Maybe I hope not. I don't really want AI in Bond, to be honest with you. But I mean, it kind of, I don't know. It kind of sounds like a no-brainer though. At the same time, the way you're explaining it for like a film in this genre, it kind of is sort of a no-brainer, I guess, in this day and age. But yeah.
Wait, but are they like continuing? How? Oh, well, I guess we don't really know anything about what they're doing with the character, right? Like whether it's like really, a continuation or
continuation of what though?
Well, yeah, I know he's dead, but like it's supposed to be the same character, but like Pierce Brosnan and what's his name? What's the first Bond? Like, oh, Jesus Christ,
Sean Connery.
Yeah, Connery. There was like differences in their Bonds or whatever. There was like substantial enough differences between them. Apparently, that like you could argue they're like different, but I know like timeline wise, that it's like one guy.
Is it really? I've never really thought of that, to be honest.
I think it's supposed to be. I don't know.
And what, Casino Royale is like the first time they actually rebooted the timeline?
I guess so. Isn't that what made it like sort of like revolutionary or whatever? So crazy.
Well, I know the thing is that it's like the Batman Begins of Bond. But like I didn't necessarily think that it was like the first time. Yeah, no, I guess that kind of makes sense. Yeah. That it was actually the first time. I never thought of it as like, I knew obviously it was an attempt at a Bond origin story. I never really thought of it as literally the first time they'd ever rebooted the continuity. But I guess that is what they did, I guess.
I think so.
But yeah, no, I think they reboot the continuity. I think I'm not into the whole notion like that. That's why I hadn't even thought of Bond in those terms before, where it is actually the same character just being portrayed by different. I'm not into that. Like, I much prefer the Batman. Like, modern audiences understand this shit now in terms of like all the different iterations of Superman and Batman, these characters we've had. It's like we understand each time. It's like it's a new thing each time. You know what I mean? I don't like the idea that it's like the same thing, like recast or whatever. Like, I think it's definitely a new continuity, yeah, for sure.
Oh yeah. But yeah, I don't know what I was saying earlier. Yeah, but like, yeah, I just don't know how. I don't know. I don't know how like a modern Bond story is going to look. I guess that's kind of the question I was half articulating.
Well, you brought up adapting Ian Fleming's books. It's like, do they still? Like, I know Casino Royale was a book, but like, I don't even know. I don't know the book. I don't know how well it actually adapted it. Like, how much are they actually taking from that material anymore? Like, do they take anything these days?
Yeah, I don't know.
I really don't know. I guess I just wasn't even thinking of this project in terms of like what book could they do. Like, I honestly just don't even think in those terms. I don't know if they do. Maybe they do.
Right. I mean, No Time to Die. Like, could that have been a book? Because like, did Bond die in the books?
I don't think so.
That sounds a little crazy.
I don't think Bond ever died. No. Let's go to The Social Network Part 2. Was confirmed this week. It's once again being written by Aaron Sorkin, who wrote the original film, of course. Because David Fincher, for some reason, is directing Tarantino's movie, he can't do it. So Aaron Sorkin has to step in and direct it instead. That was me being somewhat facetious, but also kind of like, what the fuck, a little bit. But that's okay. Aaron Sorkin's going to direct it. Man, this is not... I mean, it's funny because it's like, I just never would have expected this. It wasn't like a thing that was on my radar to happen. But like, it makes perfect sense. Like, I don't know why I'm so surprised, I guess is what I'm saying. Like, why wouldn't you do this?
Well, why does it make perfect sense though? Like, I don't know.
It's just like there's plenty more to mine there in terms of...
Oh, yeah.
There's plenty of public interest, and it's like, I think there's plenty more creatively for everyone to participate in. Like I think, like Eisenberg coming back was not part of this announcement. Like they haven't confirmed that, but like surely, right? There's no way they do this and Eisenberg doesn't come back.
That'd be pretty awkward. Yeah. I mean, are they doing like the Cambridge Analytica like 2016 stuff? Is that what you mean? Like in terms of mining and public interest?
Well, from what I've read, they're doing like the 2020s, 2021 stuff, like goddamn, like the social media's role in like the insurrection of the Capitol or whatever the fuck.
Oh right. Oh
yeah.
I mean, it's a bit early for that, isn't it? Like,
I don't disagree with that. Yeah, but like I don't know. I guess it's not a like. Well, when is the original social network set? Like, isn't it 2004 or something, or was it earlier than that? I thought it was 2004, but like
I think it would. Yeah, it'll be there or like later even. I don't know.
Well, so I guess a similar enough amount of time has passed between like when that film was set and when that film came out versus this and that now, which is kind of weird to say, but
yeah, I guess so. But like, it's just odd focusing on that one specific like politically charged event, you know, as opposed to the forming of Facebook. So it's quite different.
I think that's probably why Sorkin wants to do it. But so it was based on. Let me try and get better information here. It was based on this like Wall Street Journal like series of articles, specifically about like It's not like it's going to be about the Capitol thing necessarily. Like it is specifically about like Facebook and like Zuckerberg, like something expose that came out at the time about like how he's, their role in it or whatever. I don't know. That's apparently integral enough to face. Oh yeah, it's the story behind the Wall Street Journal's The Facebook Files by Jeff Horowitz, which was a series of articles published in October 2021. What are those? Okay. So, that's the brief I got. Oh, you have? Okay.
I think so.
That's the gist I got from it, is that it's got something to do with Facebook's role in all that shit, basically.
But I guess Sorkin has always like tried to poke the bear a little bit, so it makes sense.
Yeah. I don't know. This kind of opens a can of worms where like you can imagine this being a thing where like in another 20 years it's like a Godfather Part 3 thing. Like the Social Network Part 3, where like whatever other crazy shit Zuckerberg gets up to in the next 10 years, they do another one. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't know. It's just like, it just feels like really unnecessary though, because like, the whole, like everything, the whole like corruption angle is kind of built into the original movie, the movie. So, you can kind of like extrapolate. I don't think you have to make a film about every event that happens with the Facebook afterwards, because like the ideas are already in the film and the origin story. So
that's true. Yeah, that's totally true. I don't know. Sorkin disagrees. He's got the itch. He's got the itch to go back. Don't to say. Yeah, I guess. No, I guess. I mean, it sounds like you're not like over the moon about it. I'm not either. Like, I mean, it's definitely interesting. I'll check it out, but I'm not like, I'm not like this is a dream sequel or anything. Like, I guess I'm with you in that sense. I'm just kind of like, okay, like I feel like you've got to earn your existence here, and he very well might, but he also might not, because I'm not like the biggest fan of Sorkin's directing, to be honest. He's just, I don't know if he's never directed something that really like grabbed me.
What has he did Moneyball, right? Did he direct that?
No, he just wrote that. He rewrote
that. He did like Molly's Game and stuff, right? It's kind of
Molly's Game and The Trial of the Chicago 7.
That's kind of, it'll be like, that's kind of what I think it'll be like Chicago 7, but like something that happened 5 years ago, which
right,
like,
which doesn't sound great when you put it like that. But yeah, like pretty much, honestly. Yeah, yeah. I think he's done like a more recent film. Like he did that Meeting the Ricardos. Is that what it was called? I didn't watch that.
Oh yeah, with Natalie, no, What's her
Nicole
name?
Kidman.
Nicole Kidman. Yeah, yeah.
I think yeah. So I don't know. I just feel like his directorial works have never really stood out from the pack in a super strong way. But who knows? Maybe
No.
that'll change.
Wait, wasn't it? Was it? Oh, I think I saw this in like the making of the Facebook documentary where like Sorkin gave Fincher gave Sorkin like the camera to like film like the last scene that had to be filmed or whatever, and Fincher like left the set and like left it to him. Maybe you shouldn't maybe you shouldn't have done that. You know, maybe you should have just you shouldn't have instilled that confidence in Sorkin.
No.
Way back.
Yeah. It was a sliding doors moment. Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. He realized, wait, I can do this. I can be a director. It's like, no, Aaron, no, don't.
Yeah.
Stay in the writer's room, bro, please. Yeah. Oh, man, that sounds mean, but yeah, maybe kind of true. God damn. If this announcement was like Fincher's coming back too, it's like, god damn. That would be exciting. At least a little bit more. I mean, I'd be a little bit skeptical story-wise, but like it would definitely be more exciting in my opinion.
But Fincher, remember Zach is doing, what is it?
Oh my god.
Once Upon a Time in Hollywood 2? Or the prequel or whatever? The Butch?
Whatever it is. The Adventures of Cliff Booth or whatever.
Yeah, Cliff Booth, yeah. Yeah. But like everything's a sequel or a franchise today. It's like, you know, it's just sad.
Dude, I could not be... I understand that like everything about that is like meant to sound exciting. I could not be less excited for the prospect of David Fincher wasting his time on this stupid Once Upon a Time in Hollywood Cliff Booth Adventures spin-off.
Yeah, it doesn't really seem like a dream director like content match, really.
No. It really doesn't. It's like Fincher could do many other things with his time than this. And you know what it is, honestly? You know what I think it is? I think this is Tarantino's whole 10-movie bullshit thing that's causing this. He's like, I only want to make 10 movies. So, and I've got this script that I wrote. But I can't direct it because I'm only going to direct 10 movies and this can't be my final movie. So I need someone else to go and direct it. Who am I going to waste their time? Who am I going to find? David. Yeah. It's like, what the fuck, dude?
And he's spending all of his time trying to get Fincher to direct it when he could just...
He just fucking do it. Swallow his pride. Get over his weird arbitrary bullshit number about only directing 10 movies. It's just random as fuck. And just fucking direct it yourself, mate. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But I feel like Tarantino wants to become infamous for the 10 movies thing. And then when he's like really old, he'll be like, actually, I'm going to do another one. I'm going to do the 11th film. The like Hello to 11th film, you know? It's going to be like the Orson Welles like lost film. I'm going to like die halfway through making it.
I don't know. I just
he wants to build his own myth and then destroy it.
But he's going way too hard at it. It's like he's out here writing scripts. Then he's trying to avoid directing just to stick to his stupid idea of a number. It's dumb. It's dumb. Let's get to our highlights of the week. Fitzy, what the hell have you been watching?
Nothing.
You got nothing?
No.
Oh, damn. All right.
Check, but...
I had nothing last week, so thank God I had something. I finished The Pit this week. Have you heard of this show? Have you seen
yeah, I've seen... Did I watch like an episode? I think I watched like an episode.
Did you?
Yeah.
Has your family watched it? Like the whole thing?
No. I don't think they're aware.
Gotcha. This show is outstanding. I was blown away. And I could not recommend it enough. It is... Every episode is just like floors me. Every time. It's crazy. I just... the performances, the pace, the goddamn shit that goes on in this hospital. So the show's about like an emergency room of a hospital in Pittsburgh. And that's basically it. And it's just set over one shift. It follows the shift in real time over 15 episodes, which is insane. and it's a ride, it's a journey, and it's
Mm.
just it just earns everything it goes for. It
Isn't
really does.
isn't
It
each
has,
episode like another hour? Isn't that
yeah,
yeah, crazy.
yep. And then there's a moment, very light spoiler, I guess, but there's a moment like in episode 10, I want to say, where it's like, I know there's 15 episodes because I've seen the amount of episodes on Max, and like Noah Weil, the main character, is like, "Oh God, I can't wait for this shift to be over, and when we all knock off in 2 hours." And I'm just like, mate, you don't even like. It's so awesome. It's just such an awesome the way they play with it. It's just like, dude, you've got no fucking idea. Like, 'cause you know something's going to go wrong, like as a result of that, and
Mm.
and it does. It's so exciting. I can't. They're doing season 2. I think it comes out like early next year or something. I'm super excited, and what I want to do for it is, I'm going to try my hardest to not know how many episodes there are. Like, I guess the safe assumption would be it would just be the same number again, possibly. But there was a narrative reason for the amount of episodes they had. So like, I'm going to try and avoid knowing how many episodes there are, and just like go into each episode thinking like, this could be the last one, this could be the last one, depending on what happens. Like, this could be the last one, and that's like, you can totally. I know that's just an
Mm.
idea I have. Like the way, like I could conceivably very well have done this if I hadn't already known how many episodes it had this season. Man, it's just, it goes places, it does shit. It's no holds barred with this stuff. You know what I mean? I feel like it's very conscious of. I'm not even aware of the shows I feel like it's conscious of. Like, I don't know, like Grey's Anatomy and these like hospital dramas. You know what I mean? Where it's like very serialized network stuff. Um, I'm not familiar with those shows, but like I get the vibe from watching this that it's very conscious of like trying to challenge that and like trying to break that mold. Um, by some of the stuff it does. Yeah, man. And it's just like everything the characters go through and everything, when it's like, by the time you get to the end and it's just like, holy shit, what a day. And it's like, yeah, it really was. Like, you just feel it, the whole thing, the whole journey. It's crazy. It was so good. So, I'm pumped for the Pit season 2. I couldn't recommend it enough. It's so good. And God, I like, and also like, obviously a huge part of the show is, which becomes evident, which I'm sure was already evident to you in like the one episode you watched, but like, is like, it's meant to be a huge shout out and celebration of hospital workers and frontline workers, and the way they do that is so awesome. It's so, you feel it's, I don't know, they just hit that aspect of it out of the park. It's like huge respect. You can tell. So yeah, the way it does that is, I think, admirable as well. So yeah, man, it was crazy. It blew
A
me away.
one take? Is
No,
each episode like a one take? No.
no. That was, I think Adolescents did that. I haven't seen it.
Oh yeah. Oh, but but they have like long scenes, right? They have like longer kind of, I don't know, where they're just like in the room, in the hospital room. They're just kind of like sitting there like a
Yeah.
fly on the wall kind of thing. Yeah.
Yeah,
I've,
there's never like, it's never long between cuts or anything, but you can tell like the scenes are done like in just long takes of them just flowing
mm,
through the sets. Yeah.
yeah.
In that way, it's funny. Like, it's definitely not a one-to-one comparison. So like, maybe people who've seen both shows might think this is weird, but like, to me, it actually reminded me most of The West Wing in terms of the single location, the really heavy dialogue stuff, like walking around a set, bouncing between storylines within the space. Like, it really feels like it flows kind of like, it's kind of, it's not like tonally the same, but it does kind of flow like a West Wing episode, I think, which is, and it's probably why they can pump out. I know it feels like they're working at a pace, like the actors and the writing and everything, where they can pump out a lot of episodes quite quickly. That's why there's already going to be another season like in like a year, which is pretty quick these days.
Mm, yeah.
So
I mean, I remember really like enjoying it and planning to finish it, but I just forgot. I think. Oh, this was like when it came out on like Fox.
oh, you watched,
Months ago.
did you just like dip into episode 1 and then just forgot about it?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
No, that's fair. Yeah. No, honestly, I think you'll like it. I don't see how anyone can really not like it. It's an easy. It's one of those ones. It's like just an easy recommend to everyone. It's just great. It really is.
Unless you're like squeamish, you know.
Actually, yes, that is a good point. There's squeamish content for sure. For sure. There's oh my god, I won't spoil it. They do. There's some shit I've never seen on TV. 100%, and I would be shocked if anyone's ever seen on TV. To be honest with you. But yeah, so they go there at times. Now comes the segment where we hand the show over to you with our question of the show. Last week we asked you, what is the most attractive alien, or who, I guess, is the most attractive alien? Dr. Luke originally said Bix from Andor is technically an alien if alien is defined as not from Earth. But then, we obviously called that out. We got ahead of that last week. We said, nah, that's not allowed.
Yep.
So Luke amended his answer and said, I finished the podcast. I guess that doesn't count. So I'll say Jabba the Hutt. Wow. What a low effort.
Low evidence.
Man, response. See, like, all he could have just said, like, Jabba's like a lap dancer lady, like his slave, his sex slave.
Yeah.
Like,
Good shout.
Like, she's meant to be an attractive alien, so that's like the whole point.
But she's like blue or green or something, right?
She's green. She's a Twi'lek. Yeah, the Twi'leks are often considered, attractive aliens because they're just chicks with coloured skin and weird horns. But yeah, weird Leku. Jai said the what's are goated. Were you familiar with these? I had to Google them.
What's? I feel like I've heard of them. Oh yeah, this is They say, what do they say? Oh, like Spotty Dot and Otty What, like that kind of thing.
What?
Otty Dot and Spotty What or something. That's like their names, and then they like say it all the time. Dotty What and Spotty What, yeah, those are their names.
Okay. I'm glad you know what they were. I was just confused, to be honest. Wait, this is thinking of like these kind of kids' TV shows. What's that show? Have we talked about it on the show before? Like the something garden or something?
Oh, the Sacred Garden? Oh no, I think I know what you mean.
The Night Garden? Is that it?
Yeah, I think we have talked about it. In the Night Garden.
Are they aliens? In the Night Garden, are they aliens in that?
Oh. I mean, they're like Teletubby looking things. Oh, well, this one is.
Well, Teletubbies are aliens, right?
Yeah. I wouldn't call these guys aliens, though. I don't know.
Okay.
Because it's like an enchanted forest. So it's like fantasy, you know?
Right. It's like imaginary.
Yeah. It's like elves. Elves aren't aliens, really.
Right. Exactly. Yeah, no, they're definitely not. Huh. Interesting. I mean, are the Teletubbies hot?
I don't think so. Well, it depends on which color you're talking about, you know.
Yeah, that's true. That's very true, actually. Andy said, Lula from a Shaun the Sheep movie, Farmageddon. Attractive feels inappropriate for mine, and Jai's response, it's the cutest alien. Oh, sorry, it's the cutest alien I've seen, if that makes sense. It looks like a dog, but it's definitely an alien. And then he posted a GIF here for reference. It's like, yeah, this is kind of getting into weird territory now where we're like talking about children's cartoon / puppet characters as being like attractive. When like we definitely meant the question in one way, but like, yeah, that, these guys are cute. They're good looking, you might say, but maybe not in the way that we mean, which is a bit awkward. But so yeah, Andy's trying to make clear that he's not saying that he thinks Lula is hot, because that would be inappropriate, especially since Lula's probably like
God damn it. I think Jaden knew that the question would like go in this direction. So it would go in something.
Yeah, sorry. And I keep talking myself further into the I keep making it worse. Leanne said, E.T., the extraterrestrial, is the most attractive alien in cinematic history. He's also the cutest and has maintained their popularity for more than 40 years. Go E.T. That's a good answer in the sense of the other answers of children's, appropriate answers.
Yeah, and he's like 10 million years old, right? So.
Well, that's the thing. Like ET, understanding that he's not a child anymore, like helps a bit, I guess, in where you can say he's attractive and not feel weird about it because it's not like he's a little boy.
Yeah, true. That could be his partner in the ship as well. If it's not his mum, could be his.
That's true.
GT girlfriend.
GT. Okay, that should be the sequel. GT. And it's just a remake, but it's just the gender swap version. Oh man. All right, Fitzy, what is the most attractive alien?
Well, I have kind of two answers. The first is they're both from Doctor Who, because I just kind of was. That's like the source where I kind of found the most aliens when I was just looking at aliens in fiction. One is the silence for guys. So I'm breaking it down into the genders here. Although I don't really know how the genders work. Maybe they're androgynous. I don't really care. I'm just basing it off appearance, But the silence they wear. They're very alien looking, and they do look kind of spidery. But they wear a suit. These guys always wear a suit, and they're very lean. They're very vertical, vertically focused, and pointy. They got sharp features. So I would argue that maybe in the realm of aliens, other aliens might find the silence attractive.
Okay.
And they always come dressed as well, so they've got class,
Oh yeah, I'll give them best dressed. They are very disturbing in my opinion, but they best dressed, sure. Yeah.
And the other one for women is the cat people.
What are they called?
Oh, so what? Doctor Who. The cat kind, I think.
Oh my god, no! Please.
What?
I just saw one picture. I just need to make sure that cat kind.
It's a mental barrier.
Holy shit! Oh my god, that's a hell no. That's crazy. Oh my god,
it's an initial.
What?
Actually, yeah, maybe you're right,
dude. That's cat's shit. Straight up, not
that's
even. What? That's just straight up cats.
No, it looks a lot better than cats.
It does not. It looks the same. It's the same shit.
No, it looks better.
Oh, I don't know.
I think they should have used the guy that did this in Doctor Who for cats. The person that used it.
God. Oh man,
I don't know. They got kind of.
Oh Jesus! I'm looking at this. Look at this male one right now. He's a no-go. God damn.
Oh yeah, the male one's funny. They have to they jump on his ship. Well, it's like a car, the floating cars on the way to the hospital or whatever.
Right.
They argue with him.
Man,
but it was really hard to find attractive aliens. I'm not gonna lie. I looked through a whole grid of Doctor Who aliens, and they weren't really. No. Nothing was really calling out to me, so I just kind of went with the more humanoid option that wasn't just painted.
Yeah.
Color.
Yeah, I guess
color,
so. Yeah, I guess so. Oh man. Now I feel like my answer's kind of boring, but my answer's Liara for Mass Effect. I don't know if you know who this is. Do a little Google. Now, see, there's a chance it's not really gonna do it justice because it'll probably be a pretty low res like Xbox 360 version that you'll see. But I'll stand by Liara. She's hot. You know what I mean? She's a good romance option.
Okay. Romance option.
Oh yeah, dude. These games, you can sleep with anyone. It's great.
Oh, actually. Oh.
Yeah. That's at the it's not. I don't want to make it sound like it's Mass Effect's whole thing because it's definitely.
Oh yeah, there you go.
It's at the time. it was like these games were known for this of like, holy shit, you can sleep with the aliens, and there's like no gender barrier, which is obviously that's good. So like you can like just sleep with anyone, you know what I mean? Any alien, anybody, gender orientation, whatever. It's just like go for it, you know what I mean? And like at the time, that was like a bit of a topic of conversation in like it's one of those like Fox News like things that like when they rip into gaming for being like inappropriate or whatever, like back in the day. It's like one of those things. But yeah.
Oh yeah. Benazia. I think I like Benazia more.
Benazia, who's that?
I think they're like she's like the same.
Same race.
She might be a different race. I don't know. She's blue.
Oh no, she's the villain. No, she's kind of creepy. She's like a villain.
Yeah,
I think she is the same race though. Yeah. You're into like the goth evil ones.
Yeah.
Well, that's fair enough. Oh man. Now Liara's cute. Liara's like she's like a what do you call him? An archaeologist?
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, anthropologist. I mean.
Oh, there you go.
She has a doctorate in anthropology.
Sounds
of the Perthian era from the University of Cirrus. She's a doctor.
That's such nerd shit. Yeah, she's a doctor. Yeah. See, she's a doctor. There you go. Exactly. Yeah. That's cool.
It's cool, yeah.
Thank you. I'm glad that
these are like extra attachments, like evil, cool. It's like we're talking about just how attractive they are, I think Miranda beats. Oh, not Miranda. Sorry, I'm on the wrong person. Who was the one I said? Benazia. I think Benazia beats anyone else. But
to be clear, I think Miranda beats Liara too. But Miranda's human, so she doesn't count. I'm not taking up the spooky.
Yeah. No, neither. Yeah, that was excellent.
That's all right. All right. As always, we'd love you to submit your responses, thoughts, and/or reviews for next week's film in the YouTube or Instagram comment section, or join the Discord server. Oh my god! This is the time we got to ask this question. This week, the specific question we'll be asking you is: which sport should get the Joseph Kosinski treatment? What the fuck does that mean, you ask? Liam, take it away.
Well, it's like, how do I explain this? It's like the Joseph Kosinski treatment, well, we're doing F1 next week, so it's like, what sport can be made into a high-budget film? Like an intense high-budget film, like a Top Gun Maverick or an F1. What's like the next thing like that?
Yeah.
Maybe like paragliding or like who knows, rock climbing. Probably something involving technology, but I don't know how much more technology there is out there.
Can I add a wrinkle to this right now? Where like I feel like you've got Top Gun and Cruise, you've got F1 and Brad Pitt. You got to pick the sport and the actor. You got that's like part of the billing. You like part of the pitch that you got to make.
Right. Jeremy Renner and rock climbing. Yeah.
I thought you were going to say Jeremy Renner and tractor driving.
Tractor driving.
Oh no, that was an inappropriate joke. Sorry. Anyways.
Oh, I don't. Is that a reference to something? I don't know what that.
That's a reference to when he almost died a few years ago.
Right. Okay.
Sorry. Anyways, let us know who should be in the all practical high budget sport film that you want to make. But yeah, as Fitzy already said, we're doing F1 next week. So we'll see it in the cinema. It'll probably be on like Apple TV in like, I don't know, a few months, I guess.
Yeah, true. But I feel like this is Joseph Kosinski delivers cinema going.
Yeah.
Fans.
Definitely. Yeah. I feel like this one's worthy of the big screen. I feel like it's going to do really well as well.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I wasn't really like... It didn't feel like that when the first trailers came out, but I guess it does make sense for this to be big success, I guess.
I think so. I think it's going to be like the big, outside of obviously the genre films, like the superhero stuff, is obviously Superman's going to be big and all that, obviously. Fantastic Four. But outside of that, I feel like it's like the summer blockbuster for the year. You know, the non
Yeah,
franchise one. Even though I guess F1 is technically a franchise, I guess. But you know what I mean.
not a film franchise yet. Yeah, true.
Exactly. Yet. Exactly. All right. That's it. I appreciate Liam for joining me as always. Have a great rest of your week and goodbye.